When I remember us now, water run away my eyes. Oh, aye, aye, water run away my eyes. When I remember us now, water run away my eyes. Oh, aye, aye, water run away my eyes.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the BTW Podcast. We're at episode 30 and we're back to discussing football. It's a good time to get back to as the race for the title and the battle for relegation is starting to hot up. We've got myself and Black Gatsby here to discuss goings on in football. We're going to focus on we're gonna get him to cover what's been going on with Man United recently and get him to give us his view on the title race. So, Trudy. Let's talk about Sunday first. Talk about Arsenal United. I know it's Thursday evening, Thursday morning, Wednesday evening now, but let's quickly talk about that game.
Okay, well, I'll be dead honest with you. I think I and a lot of people went to the game. Like the atmosphere before the game outside Old Trafford's always it's normally very bubbly and exciting, and obviously there was still atmosphere there. But I think a lot of fans thought the game was gonna end badly for us. Do you know what I mean? A lot of my friends. No, I'm not a massive Arsenal fan, so a lot of them were basically consoling me before the game started. It was a bit jokey, and I generally thought that perhaps this would be their opportunity to get back at us with that 8-2, get something back in it, maybe like a 3-0, 4-0, whatever. But they just didn't bother to turn up. Do you know what I mean? I was looking at it, and I'm seeing Rashford just going through them, and I think, do you know what's crazy as well is that they did start off well. But then there was that moment where Rashford split between, I think it was Gabriel and Bellerin.
Yeah, he
got put down just on the edge of the box. And we were thinking it was a penalty. I texted my pal and asked him if it was a penalty. He said it wasn't. But that brought United back into the game. And from then, we just didn't look back. We looked confident. They started the second half well.
It's crazy because we got a segment with a few Arsenal fans and other fans of other clubs later on. And it's crazy how things just switch where United fans are optimistic ones, and now Arsenal fans are the ones who are pretty much feeling pessimistic.
But I'll be honest with you, there's nothing. Man United fans shouldn't really be optimistic. Do you know what I mean? Because we haven't really done much.
Yeah.
Even if you look at tonight's game, for example, against Watford, we should have lost. We could have lost that. We should have lost that match. A better team would have put us to the sword. I'm not entirely optimistic about everything that's going on. Obviously, we've got a shitload of players so that doesn't help in it, but there's not much for Man United fans to be optimistic about. Obviously, we've clawed back that point difference, and we're catching up on everyone, and everyone above us is dropping points. But there's every single chance that we could drop points as well.
Definitely, because today Watford could have easily won that game.
Yeah, they should have won that game. Not even they could have. They should have won that game. Factually speaking, they should have won that game. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it was a young team with Fossey meant to start and everything, but I'll just look at it and I just feel like every time we get close to, let's say, doing something. So there's been many times this season where City have dropped points or dropped points, and we always manage to drop points ourselves. This is the first time we've really capitalised.
Yeah, I think while it's been a few times this season, games against West Brom, Norwich, where other teams have dropped points, and you think, it's the time to capitalise, close the gap, give yourself hope, and then
we haven't done it. I think this is the first time we've done it. But look how much of a struggle it was to get 83rd minute goal. It's against Watford, and Watford aren't a dead team. And let's be honest, they're not a dead team.
It's a team you shouldn't be struggling against.
These are teams like this we should be beating. We shouldn't be struggling against. And they completely overran us. Do you know what I mean? And I just looked at it and I thought, do you know what? If you can get off Arsenal and you beat Arsenal, but then you turn around and you're going life and death with Watford, it says everything about you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking at it. We've got West Brom on the weekend. West Brom gave Leicester a very good game. And we're going away there as well. And these are teams we shouldn't be looking at thinking, maybe. We should be looking at these teams thinking we're going to batter them, do you know what I mean? But there's nothing certified, there's nothing concrete about us getting points off West Brom on the weekend either.
What's your take on the title race going in? So do you think the top four is pretty much going to stay as it is? I reckon, teams like United, West Ham, or even Chelsea.
I'll be honest with you, the size of bottlers Arsenal are, and how shit Man City have been, there's a very good chance we could get into top four now. Do you know what I mean? Before I thought, there's no chance. But Arsenal are doing their absolute best to fuck themselves off. And City have just been shit. And they've been shit for a long time. And I don't know how no one's really noticed this until more recently. But they've been shit for ages.
It's been like this for at least 18 months now. At least 18 months.
But even if you're looking at the scope of the season, for example, they start off the season very well. And then they just turned shit out of the blue. And it was crazy because some of these games where they were being shit, they were still winning, they were still picking up points and stuff. But with us, when we were shit, and you knew we were shit. With
Yeah.
them, they were shit and they were picking up points. But now it's got to a stage where they can't even pick up points. I mean, Liverpool is shit.
Liverpool are awful.
All this talk about when Klopp gets his team in all spots. Fuck that.
They're actually
Liverpool
poor.
is shit.
They're
Their
actually
personnel is awful, and they turned City over. City didn't show them anything tonight. And I'll tell you this is a fact. We're gonna go to the Etihad. City are gonna beat us. We'll go to the Etihad. The City will beat us.
It's okay. What? So who like? If you we're looking at the table now, you've got Leicester sitting ahead of Tottenham, 3 points clear of Tottenham, and you got Arsenal a couple of points back from the rest from Tottenham, and then you got City who are 10 points behind Leicester at the moment. Do you think Leicester are going to do that, have that fairy tale moment, and go all the way and win this title, or do you think they're due to crumble a bit more towards the end of the season?
I would say they're not gonna do it, but it seems like everyone else is around them is conspiring to help them do it. Do you know what I mean? I thought, for me personally, I thought Spurs were the team in it. Do you know what I mean? They look the most assured out of everyone. But them losing, there's no shame we lose to West Ham. West Ham aren't a bad team. Payet's proper driving that team forward.
Yeah.
Obviously, he set up Mikel tonight as well. But it seems like everyone's conspiring to help Leicester do it. Arsenal ain't got the bottle. Man City are just shit. So it's between Spurs and Leicester. But something funny can happen. Like, remember, Spurs still got to go Chelsea.
Yeah.
Leicester got to go Chelsea as well. Arsenal got to go Etihad, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean much now. Do you know what I mean? So everybody's still got to play. There's still a couple of teams that got tough games.
People forget that 10 games is still a very long time in the title race. That's a lot to go wrong. We've seen Liverpool. We've seen Liverpool. Yeah.
Remember Arsenal beat Man City at the Etihad in April, and that was 2011, 2012, and we still lost the title.
That's the thing. Yeah, we've seen better teams.
Title with 3 games to go.
Yeah.
So 10 games is a lot of games.
We've seen better teams lose the title in a short space of time. So
100%.
Anything can happen, and I think I'm not even just talking about the top 4 right now. I think anyone from as far as Chelsea. I'm not saying Chelsea will win the title, but Chelsea.
No. Chelsea should be included because Husselding's done a good job. He's brought them back up.
They've got a great chance. They've got a great chance of getting back in the top 4.
But everyone that ran, nobody really wants to do anything. Say, do you know what? Fuck this. We're going to have it. Do you know what I mean? United aren't doing it. Arsenal aren't saying it with the title and thingy. Do you know what I mean? So anybody can get anywhere. And that's how small the gap is. I think Liverpool are 6 points off top 4 or something like that.
It's crazy. Nobody seems assured. Everyone's playing pretty poorly, and no one seems assured. No one's trying to take everything, take the ball by the horns and drive themselves towards glory. It's like everyone seems to be. I don't know. Everyone seems to be waiting for everyone else to fuck up.
To do it, exactly. That's exactly what everyone's waiting for everyone else. Leicester, the only team that are really saying, you know what, fuck this, let's go and do it. Do you know what I mean?
And they've got the least to lose.
There you go. That's the fact. That's the fact about it. And this is the most funny. This is the funniest thing as well, because you look at it like this. If Leicester lose the title from this position now, nobody will really get onto them. They'll be like, oh, well, you weren't meant to be there anyway. Spurs, people will be like, right, well, this was your best chance, but no one really expected you to be up there. You've done well to get as far as you did. But Arsenal, people look at Arsenal and saying, you know what?
It's your best
no
chance.
United, no City, no Chelsea. This was your best chance. And
that's true. I think people need to realise that the fact that City seem like they've given up. Chelsea, United seem pretty much are somewhat out of the title. So three of the best teams over the last decades are pretty much out of the title race, and you're still finding a way to mess up.
It's crazy.
It's that I hope the listeners stay on, because we had a few Arsenal fans on the panel, and it was interesting to come to hear the way they've changed opinions, because we all know how confident they were leading up towards Christmas, and over the last 2 months things have literally just gone tits up. Some of the players who were winning them points or contributing towards points earlier in the season aren't stepping up. We saw how Paul Walcott was on Sunday. We've seen Giroud go for a crazy drought.
I'll be honest with you. I think Walcott is being made into a scapegoat. He's been shit.
Yeah.
But they didn't lose on Sunday because of Walcott.
It definitely wasn't just because of Walcott.
The kind of backlash he's received after the game on Sunday.
It's more than what. There's Walcott, there's Giroud, there's Sanchez, there's Gabriel.
Everybody knows Giroud does this. He goes long spells without scoring, and he scores a ton of goals in spell as well. So this is pretty much Wenger's fault for not dealing with that, because that's his fault. The Sanchez one is a funny one. And he's in the same boat as Coquelin. They're both back and they're both playing and they're both in the team, but they don't look like them.
They don't look sharp. They don't look fit.
They lack it because they were rushed back.
Yeah.
Sanchez doesn't look anywhere near. Like, Brella pocketed him.
He doesn't. Had a yellow card. He was on the yellow card for like the 8th minute and he pocketed him. It's crazy.
He had him on toast, and you just look at it and you feel like a fully fit Sanchez should have had him all day.
But I say this again, I said to the guys earlier on. football's a game of inches. Either way, it can change for you either way. Like Sanchez today could have easily scored 3 goals if the ball, crept under the post a bit, or if he didn't get deflected away. Then he could have had a hat trick. But it's just, I think, when you're in bad form like that, those kind of things tend to go against you. And as a club, Arsenal, they're not in the greatest of form, and they've gone on a run. They've lost to Barca, they've lost United, they've lost to Swansea. They could lose to Tottenham. They've got no check this Saturday. They could lose to Tottenham, and then
no Koscielny,
and look Koscielny, and they can get tanned by Barca really, really badly on on Wednesday, and that's one of the things which can kill a team's season when you lose. Like,
I think I'll be honest with you, though, I don't think I look at Spurs, and I think to me that game has everything down for it. But I was saying this today about Swansea, to be fair, but for me, I thought it would be a case of they're going to go to Spurs on Saturday, pardon me, they're going to stop the rot. And then they're going to get like a little bit of hope up, and then they're going to go and lose to Barcelona again, which is completely fine because Barcelona are the best team in the world. But even beating Spurs, if they were to beat Spurs at the weekend, you still wouldn't turn around and say, oh yeah, they're back in the Towers. Because you just look at them and feel, well, they could lose to any other team coming up again. It doesn't matter.
They really are. They really are, It's bad. I know, isn't it? It sounds like a dig, but they really are a bunch of bottlers. They are bottlers. There's no two ways about it. They're bottling it.
It's not even a dig. I think that our fans will tell you that.
They really are bottling it, and it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what goes on between now and the end of the season. There's 10 games to go. Anything can happen. So hopefully we're going to get a few more of these sort of podcasts up, and we're going to get a bigger panel. We're going to get everyone together as well. So I hope to get you back on the podcast, and hopefully, I think hopefully our listeners enjoy what we have in store for them today. So thanks for coming on.
Nice one. Thank you very much. Nice one, mate.
We recorded this segment earlier on with a few football fans. We had Real Ran Lucas on Twitter. We had Fred, Boom Shack and Boom, and we had MKFC. We had Kurt AFC as well, who discussed the state of the Premier League right now, both at both ends of the table. The relegation battle and the fight and the race for the title. It was a really good discussion, and I hope you enjoy the segment.
I'm Kurt.
Kurt, we've got Kurt.
Very Kurt right now.
We've got Kurt, we've got Real Ran, we've got Fred.
MK.
We've got MK. And we're all
Boom Shaka Boom.
Boom Shaka Boom. Most hated guy on Twitter.
MK Guna, active.
Alright, we're gonna get right into it, guys. We're gonna start with the lower league with the lower end of the table. I'm just going to ask all of you who you think is going to go down this season, because at the moment Villa are sitting rock bottom, and I'm sure everyone here thinks Villa are going to go down. There's no way Villa are surviving this. I think that team deserves to not be playing in the Championship, but probably League One or League Two, because they are actually horrendous. So the amount of they've got enough players to be doing enough good players to be doing better than this, but for some reason not invested in anything, and it's just gone from bad to worse for them.
Who've they got though? Like, who've they really got left?
To be honest,
got a lot of young British players.
honestly,
They've got a lot of young British players. But
The midfield is alright. It's the striker.
I think the striker.
Any championship striker.
Yeah.
A's alright, and the defense is just awful. Like the defense is
like,
abysmal.
I've been saying
They got Richards,
any team that has Richards and Julian Lescott in the middle of the defense and wants to go down, that team don't really want to stay up in the.
But the funny thing, I think the problem is, as bad as they are at the back, they haven't been defending, they haven't been scoring. And you're right, they saw Benteke, and they didn't really replace him. That's the problem.
You know what it was? Yeah, it started with Sherwood. Sherwood started doing a madness. I don't know. They got Traore for Barca, and I didn't see the guy play. I don't care what clause he's got in his contract.
Yeah, is it the clause? Is he got like a mad paper play clause?
What the clause was when they gave him the contract fund, he should be playing regardless.
But isn't this what Sherwood said though? That like it's coming from the top. Like the owner doesn't want to spend the money in the club. But when he left the club, he mentioned some of the names that he was after. Those weren't the names he wanted though. Like there was something went wrong with the negotiations of certain players that would have kept them up. He said he wanted Premier League experienced players, and they had to go for bare unknown youngsters.
Well, those youngsters, to me, yeah, I've watched a few of them in it. They're not rubbish players. They're actually decent. That gay guy's decent.
Yeah, I like him still.
Ayu's decent. Traore's decent.
Terrible.
Gil's decent. Like these are not rubbish. If you know what I'm saying.
You know, that's the thing. They're not rubbish. They're not awful players. They got enough.
Amavi's sick.
That's the thing. They've got good enough players to not be doing this badly. They've only amassed 16 points, and they've got a -29 goal difference. Now, that is awful. they're going down. With 10 games to go. There's no way they're surviving. I can't see them chasing Newcastle. They've got Newcastle, Norwich, and Sunderland right above them, who are all on 24 points. Newcastle got a game in hand, obviously, but those are the teams above them, and they're
We don't really need to discuss them on everything. Everybody knows they're down.
Yeah, they're down.
Yeah,
So
Aston Villa are down.
pretty much everyone's in agreement that Aston Villa are going down. So who are the other two teams to join them? Fred. Let me start with you.
I think it's the two that are down there at the moment, Newcastle and Norwich.
You think Newcastle and Norwich?
Yeah, I think Newcastle have a great team, but I just don't see. They've got a great team, but I just don't see where they're going to win games.
But they've done this over the past few seasons where they'll hang around, the relegation zone, and then they'll go on a 2 or 3 match winning run, and then somehow escape.
We chime in.
Like if you look at Newcastle's form, in the last 5 games, they've won 1 game. They've lost to Watford, Everton. That's tough. They've lost to Chelsea. They've had toughish games. They got a win against West Brom, but I just don't.
I think when you're down there, it's hard to win games. But I don't think Newcastle are going down.
Who do you think's going to go down? Okay.
I think it's going to be Norwich and maybe Sunderland or Swansea. But
I don't think Sunderland's going down.
Swansea aren't going down.
Swansea. The only reason I say Swansea is because they ain't got in terms of the management, they ain't got the experience at playing that kind of relegation dogfight. So when it comes down to it, they might not get enough. Palace, I'm saying they might get in there because they keep. We talk about that later, but I say Palace, they just keep losing. They ain't picking up points.
Palace can't go down. That's local. They can't go down.
You think that, but they haven't been picking up points. Like I think
they had such a good start of the season that they've got just enough cushion to not go down. Like they literally need about 2 more wins.
They need around 2 more, 2 or 3 more wins, 2 or 3 more wins, and Palace are okay.
Or something, and they're safe.
But I think for sure, I'm saying Norwich are going down, and then it's gonna either be one of Sunderland or Palace or Swansea for me. I think Bournemouth are good.
Roran, what do you think, Roran? Who do you think is going down?
I think Aston Villa and I think Norwich is basically almost not confirmed, but I think Norwich is down now because they can't defend. They don't really look like they can score a lot of goals, so I think they're gone. Sunderland, that fat prick Allardyce, he's going to do shit for him. I don't think they're going to. When I watch them, I actually see man that he's come to he's put his stamp on the team basically. So I don't think they're going to go down. And Newcastle have got a lot of quality, so I'm a bit confused there, fam.
Do you know what? I think Newcastle Sunderland always seem to manage to escape.
They're trash.
They always.
Newcastle have got mad quality, but they're trash.
I think Newcastle. They've got similar issues. They've got similar issues to Aston Villa, where it's the ownership's poor, management's poor, and they just keep making dumb decisions about the wrong players.
No. You see, my thing with Newcastle, everybody complained about that Matt Ashley guy saying that he should spend some peas. He slapped peas down. They spent mad peas, yeah. But why are you going to buy bad bloody times and then them man there for 12 million? But you got Colaccini and Mbemba's decent. You got Colaccini.
Nah, Mbemba's trash. Mbemba's trash.
Come on,
I'm sorry, Mbemba is one of the worst players I've ever seen in my life. He's actually trash.
I don't feel it.
I saw him for Anderlecht, yeah, and he was actually decent. But I swear he played left back.
He's not a centre back. That's why he's not a centre back. I don't understand why they insist on playing a centre back. He's not a centre back.
He's tall and quick, probably.
He's tall. He's black, and he's got a bit of strength to him. That's all it is. Do you know? I always think that Sunderland and Newcastle always seem to escape relegation. I don't know. It's always
they just get away with it.
They always just about get away with it and make the same mistakes over and over again. And this time next year, we're talking about Sunderland and Newcastle again.
Between them and Bournemouth, that's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points, but I can easily. Bournemouth aren't the team who I think the game against Southampton was probably an anomaly. They'll win 1 game here and then go on a 3 or 4 game losing streak. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's what they have to do though. They need 2 more wins.
2 more wins. That's the thing. 2 more wins. I think it's easy out of 10 games. It's easy to say it's 2 more wins. All they need is 2 more wins. But I haven't got the fixture in front of me. But they could easily lose. They could easily go on a winning streak for the last 10 games. Probably get 2 draws and go down. It happens. It's happened a lot of times. I think Norwich are definitely going down. I don't think they're surviving. Like you said, they're poor defensively, and they don't score enough goals to counteract their deficiency at the back.
Yeah,
So
they're gone.
I think they're going down. And I'm not really sold on Swansea. Fair enough, we're going to talk about what they did tonight later on, but I'm not sure on Swansea. I don't think Swansea have it in them to stay up.
Yeah,
After
they're not a good side.
after they had a great start to the
They've
season.
got quality players as well, fam.
That's the thing.
Not super quality, but they've got better than. They've got men that actually done things, fam.
Okay, you see, when I look at Swansea, I don't see their players being much better than Newcastle's team. So
I have looked at Crystal Palace's fixtures, and I think they might be in trouble.
Palace are definitely in trouble.
Now, Palace's fixtures are not good. They've got Manchester United, Leicester, West Ham, Norwich is done. They've got one Norwich, which is an easy game. Then they've got Arsenal after that, Everton.
So you can say the same like Bournemouth. Bournemouth. If Bournemouth don't win they got Newcastle and Swansea next. If they don't win those 2 games, I think they're going out. Because after that it's Tottenham, City, and they got Villa in between. But they got Liverpool, Chelsea, and Everton. I don't think if Bournemouth don't win the next 2 games, they're in trouble.
They need that. They need to beat Newcastle on the weekend.
They do.
Can get those points though. I can see them beating Arsenal, and.
No, I can see them beating
Arsenal and beating Newcastle, maybe.
Yeah, Palace. You're right. Palace's running isn't exactly easy. So you're all agreement that Palace are in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, now that I've seen the fixtures.
Norwich and Villa.
I think everyone's pretty much in agreement that Norwich and Villa are probably going to go out. It's just a case of who's going to go out between the 3 of Newcastle, Sunderland, and Swansea. And obviously, Palace and Bournemouth aren't exactly safe, but they got a decent cushion on them. We're going to switch to the other side of the table. We're going to go towards the top now and a race for the title. It's kind of crazy how things have, unraveled, at the top. The fact that Leicester and Tottenham are seen as the 2 favourites to win the title, and then Arsenal are dropped down to 3rd favourite. Like, what's going on? Like, do you know what? Let me just ask before we carry on. Let me ask you, who do you think will win the title? I was like, Fred, who do you think is going to win the title, Fred?
2 weeks ago, I would have said Leicester. Now that Kante is injured, Tottenham.
How long is he out for?
I don't know, but if he doesn't come back very soon, I think they're going to keep conceding goals. Like, he's pivotal.
Do you think he's a linchpin to their success?
That wasn't their issue. I don't think that was their issue.
They were just unlucky. They hit the bar a couple of times. It happened.
I think Kante's a big miss, but they can make do without him. He's a big miss, but they can make do.
Do you reckon he's one of the most integral pieces to the success, aside from Mahrez and Vardy?
I think the work ethic is amazing.
Yeah.
The whole team's work ethic is amazing. But
Mahrez is the start still.
But in that central zone, against some teams, you're going to need someone like Kante.
I think against the bigger sides
in his position.
Against the bigger sides, Kante makes the difference. But I think against some of the fixtures they've got now, they ain't going to miss him as much. If they were to lose Mahrez or Vardy, then they'd be in trouble.
Roran, I want you to answer with your head, Todd. Like, not with your heart. I know you're an Arsenal fan. I want you to answer with your head and your heart. Who do you think's going to win the title?
No comment.
I'm going to be completely real. I'd say that Spurs are going to take it.
Okay, you think Spurs are going to win the title?
No, I
think Spurs are going to take it.
Because when you actually watch them play, I'm like, wow, this is actually a proper team that knows what
play
they're
like
doing.
A proper.
And they play to like 95th minute most of the time anyway. I know a couple of times they shut down after 70 minutes, but against the shitty teams like the Watfords and whatever, they play to the 95th minute, getting shit, offside goals and stuff like that. I think
they're a proper side, so I see them taking. I didn't watch them today, but from what I've watched over the last few weeks, they are a proper side. So I think they carry on playing the way they are now.
And you know what's crazy? If you actually look, they have Dier and Ali, or Dier and Mason, or Dier and Dembele, or Dier and that Carroll guy. Like,
yeah, I realised they do.
Apart from Dembele, like, what is that?
They honestly, they kind of switched that kind of like that tandem quite a lot, and it's working for them.
Because their manager knows what a game requires.
That's
when we're going to talk about Arsenal in a sec. Our manager doesn't see it as that. So, but with Spurs they play different midfield depending on who they're playing. They play a different fullback depending on who they're playing, and like it works for them because the manager knows what's required. Certain games you need people who's going to work in there. Certain games you need ballers.
I think eventually the amount of games they play is going to hit them up.
Yeah, because
There's no way. They've gone on like a 6-game winning streak. That has to tell at some point. They're going to be playing. I think they played the most games out of the top 4. I think
because did they have to qualify? Did they qualify for Europa? They didn't. They got their. It wasn't automatic. But regardless, they've played. Yeah, they and Liverpool. You know, they played a lot of games.
But you know, when you're riding that wave. You can't tell them, no, you're tired. When they're riding that wave,
but when that wave stops,
that's the thing.
It's a lot harder.
It's a critical stage of the season. We're in March. There's 10 games to go, so you're not going to get many breaks, especially Tottenham, who are still they're still in the Europa League. So it's going to be this Thursday, Sunday games. It's going to catch up. They may crumble soon. You know, they lost against West Ham tonight.
Funny enough, though, if you think about this, couple years ago, to that Bell team. Remember when we lost 2-1 to them,
Yeah.
And they was like happy, they were chatting the most smack. And then I think they had a Europa League game, and then Salah tore the arse out of them. Then I think
I remember
in that match, Then they just started. I don't know what the record was after that year, but somehow we finished above them, and that was the year when Chelsea won the Champions League.
Yes.
So it is in them to bottle.
It is in them, bro.
If they can bottle from that position after beating us, I don't think you can put anything past that team.
Do you know what? Since that opening day loss to United, they've just maintained the same level.
I'm saying, but there's a lot of different players, but there's some stuff are just inbuilt in the team.
Yeah.
I can't see it there, because when I look at that team, they don't look like a team that's ready to give up everything they've worked for.
It didn't look like a team that was ready to give up when Bell was slapping stuff top corner.
I think they still had weaknesses with that Bell team.
Yeah, I think they had more weaknesses. They had more weaknesses in that team than they do now. I think now it's overly
reliant on Bell.
That's what it was.
This is a proper team. So I don't see them just bottling. I mean, they're gonna lose games. They're gonna go through difficult patches, but they're not gonna fall off.
To me, I think some stuff is just inbuilt in a club. Like United, for example, last week, when you started that match, you felt the press, like, we're playing United. Like, this isn't some joke thing, like, playing, even if they're playing a couple young, but you feel like, we're at Old Trafford, this is a serious game.
But do you think if Chelsea played that same United side, that they would have felt it like that? I think Chelsea would have walked that fixture.
No. I think they would have felt it like that. Because remember, no matter what they say, it was young, but there was, who was the young buck? The
Rashford.
After Rojo went on.
Oh, Mensah.
And the right back Varela. The rest of the team was
I swear Varela's like 20 something.
Yeah, Varela isn't really young. He's been at the club for like 4 years now.
Mid-20s.
I think he's been there 3-4 years now. Do you know it's because
if you look at the actual midfield.
He's been at the club 3-4 years. I think it's because he's been playing. He's been pretty much playing with it under 21s. He's been getting games under his belt. So he's not been like literally sitting on the bench. So these guys, they play games. You know, they come in and they expect you to shine straight away. I think that's probably what you're thinking when they come. You think about the difference. You know, you mentioned that United players. You know, they made us certain stuff, and Arsenal youngsters aren't.
Yeah, it's actually true. Even when I look at your young bucks, come in and they do their job. Like, it's not like it's Arsenal young bucks where you come in and we start crying, man's not ready, and this and that. We have to give him a couple years. And United young bucks come in and they do their job.
We're not going to focus too much on the difference between United and Arsenal. We'll talk about that later on. But what we're gonna move on to, like, Leicester last night. I think, do you reckon Leicester, after what they did against West Brom, I think during that game, do you reckon it kind of dented that these hopes of Leicester going all the way when it's out, or do you reckon that it was just like a little slip up?
Or slip up, I think.
I would have. I watched both games. I watched the Norwich game. I watched the West Brom. I would have said the Norwich game, if they had dropped points then, that they would have felt the pressure more, because they looked under pressure in that game. They weren't playing as fluid. They created chances, but it weren't the normal fluid, confident Leicester. And it took a Norwich mistake for them to score. And Norwich probably should have scored 1 or 2 themselves before Leicester scored. But against West Brom, that was just a slip. They created chance after chance. They hit the post. Like, that reassured. I think that game more reassured them that they're in the title.
Do you know, if you look at Leicester's running, I think it's only the last 3 games they've got.
Last 5, they've got a couple tricky fixtures.
No, do you know what? West. Let's go for the pictures. They got Watford away next week. Then after that, it's Newcastle at home. Then they got Palace away. They got Southampton at home. They got Sunderland away. They got West Ham at home. They got Swansea away. United away. They got Everton at home and Chelsea away. But the thing is, everyone's saying those aren't hard games, but those are the type of games
Those
that
are tough games.
they've been winning.
It's the Premier League, isn't it? Like, unless you're playing Aston Villa or Bournemouth or Norwich, you can lose.
Yeah, like every single
Literally.
game that they've got, those teams are fighting for their lives. Bar maybe Southampton, who are safe, and West Ham, who are going to be a
tough game.
But-
West Ham's a tough game. Every
West
other
Ham's
game
ridiculous.
there is tough.
For a team that's been winning those games all season, it's a case of all of a sudden because it means more to them now, they're going to start crumbling.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Now that they've gone into the business end of the season, and now they're starting to believe their own hype. Before it was cool; they were just playing with freedom and just getting on with it. Now they're starting to believe their own
Especially
hype.
because they're toppers as well.
Yeah, you're gonna see.
It depends how the manager and the players react to it. Because so far they've reacted well to it.
But I think that
No,
they're
but
only
it's
human.
different. It's different.
They're only
being
human.
15
They're gonna-
games in, and you're still dreaming to 10 games in, and it's a reality.
And it's a
like,
reality. Yeah, they're
Well,
only
that's
human.
serious.
They are gonna feel the pressure.
I hear you lot, but I think you lot are saying that largely because of your own experiences as Arsenal fan.
No, not even as our own experience. We've seen it.
Well, I would say as my own experience and other teams. Look at Liverpool. A few seasons ago.
Liverpool,
They were
Man United.
they
Don't
were
forget Man United.
three
done it.
games away.
It's true. I understand the notion of
There's
saying,
been so many teams that have bottled it.
better teams have bottled it with a bigger cushion than this. Do you know what I mean? It's happened before, so we shouldn't, who's to say Leicester weren't bottling
Like
from,
with Leicester,
and
it's
then
just everyone wants the dream to happen. Everyone wants that.
But because everyone's rooting for you. Everyone's rooting for you.
Yeah, that's
That's
extra
going to bring
pressure,
a
man.
different type of pressure. Yeah, like everyone's saying, yeah, Leicester are going to do it. Like, look, they're just riding the wave.
Do you know-
They're going on to that. When a classic example I thought myself was when they played us at the Emirates. So when I looked at the way they started that game, they were nervy. We bottled it ourselves in that we should have been a few goals up before they even scored.
Yeah.
And then after they scored and came out at half time, they were just flying into tackles, making silly challenges. And I was like, yeah, this team's nervous. They're
See,
there for the taking.
I think when you put them in a high pressure situation like a game at the Emirates where it's a pretty much win and go top kind of situation, that's when they're more likely to crumble. I think when they're off price tags, when they're playing the lower teams like let's say Norwich and whatnot, I think it's less pressure. They just do what they're doing, which works, and they got it.
But
That's
you know,
it.
you say that it is less pressure, yeah, but it's also a whole different game.
different game.
Leicester in a team to say, yeah, we're going to take the initiative, dominate possession. They're a counter-attacking team. So if a team says, yeah, come and break us down, it's a whole different. Mahrez has to be firing on all cylinders. Otherwise, it's a lot more difficult.
But fair enough, for sure they are a counter-attacking team, but they've, like I said, they've been taking these kind of points all season. The teams who naturally sit back, that's a default formation, a default side of play, they sit back, and they've picked those teams apart as well. So people do say that.
We're not giving them enough credit.
People say people like say that they're a counter-attacking team, but they do play. They can attack themselves. They can take the initiative themselves. They're not foreign to that
Do you know
style
what?
of play.
Up until now, people haven't respected Leicester in
They
terms
haven't.
of actual other Premier League teams, and it's going to be interesting now.
No, but the last two games they have been. I've seen. The way
they
that
have,
Norwich-
and
West
they've
Brom as
struggled
well.
a little bit. They've struggled partly because of that. But so it's going to be more interesting in the next 10 games where we see teams are coming to Leicester and going to say, look, you break us down now because we're going to counter-attack you. We're going to see how Leicester deal with that.
Do you know,
That's when
10
we're gonna
games,
know what
10
they're
games,
made
10 games is a long time in football. People forget 10
Yeah.
games is a long time. I think the next 5 games weren't coming. It's not going to come because there's going to be a few breaks, for the FA Cup and whatnot, and it's not going to be a case of in 2 weeks we'll get a better picture. In 5 games time, it will still be unclear. We'll still be going into the last 5 games thinking, anything can happen still at the top and the bottom. You don't know. Leicester can still be top. Maybe probably with a 1 point lead as opposed to a 3 point lead. Do you know what I mean? So anything can happen in this 5 games. But then let's kind of not talk about Arsenal and what are your thoughts on Arsenal.
Lads, where do we start? Where do we start with
Do you know? I'm gonna give you the mic and just let you lot run through it. You lot got a lot to get off your chest.
As a non-Chelsea fan, as a non-Arsenal fan, sorry, that's one thing. Every single year, you don't do it to yourselves. Why don't you learn?
Do you know what? I'd say last year was different because we didn't start well. We started rubbish, and towards the end of the season, we started putting together form. But no one realistically thought Arsenal were going to win the title.
No, there was a game, where if we didn't win it, then it was like, okay, we're not involved in this. And then I think it was the Man United game where we drew 1-1. I think it was that game. I'm not sure about the results before that, but I think it was that game.
I thought there was too many points to pick up against Chelsea. Mourinho was never going to give out that many points.
No, but this is what I'm saying. If you win games, it put pressure on the other team. But I think I genuinely think if let's say when we started our run it was like 9 points or something, I think Chelsea would have crumbled because they actually genuinely limped over the line last season.
They did.
That watched them could see there was clear cracks coming.
They did. However,
everything.
But that just shows how important a good start is in the Premier League. A good start
100%.
is vital. You can't have an awful start. Like Chelsea right now, they can't win the league anymore. It's over for them. That's because they had such a bad start. You know,
the form side.
I don't even think a good start is like essential. I think by December, if you're not more than let's say like 10 points behind I think it's still a possibility for you. Definitely, because even look at a couple games ago, United were 10 points behind us. Look now.
Yeah, they're close now.
Do you know what?
4 points behind us, and we're feeling the pressure now.
Do you know what? It's as I keep saying, anything can happen because it's true. Like, a few games ago, we were completely out of everything. I was saying, we're not making top 4. And I showed the gap. What's the gap between United and Arsenal? Let me quickly check the table.
It's
4 points. It's 4 points.
Level with City, but they got a game in hand.
It's like
one thing we can guarantee is that Arsenal finish 4th this season.
I'll get out, man.
I don't know. I don't even know. But back to your point, why?
What did you say, Ron? You don't think we could finish 4th?
No, I don't think we're finishing 4th.
I don't know. We might. I just don't know.
We're not awful right now. But
the way I'm looking at us,
bro, it's actually a mad possibility, fam. Big man team.
No, but
If they start playing properly, they'll overtake you.
The thing with Arsenal, we have like maybe a maximum of 4 bad games, and then something clicks in us where we start playing with sense again.
Because Wenger
those 4 bad
finally.
games, those 4 bad games are the games that actually take us out of the title race, and then we have the little run again where we think, like maybe if we played like this, we would have won it.
But no, like I said, last season it was a late run, and then the season before that we had the excuse that Ramsey, who was in the form of his life, and then Ozil got injured, so that made us fall off. But this season, there's no excuses.
But I think this season, I think sometimes it's like there's. I think I don't watch Arsenal enough to be able to make as many comments as you can. But I'm seeing guys like Giroud not being on form. When he was in form, it was pretty much integral to you lot doing well. He's gone on a bit of a goal drought. Do you know what I mean? And that's affected you.
Losing Giroud's form has obviously affected us, but more
the whole team has lost form.
The whole team, apart from Ozil, I think it's tactical. I think ever since we lost Santi, we've just chucked Ramsey in there, and we've said we chucked Flamini in there to replace Coquelin, and we've basically said to Ramsey, do what Santi was doing, and that's basically what all Wenger's changed. But that's not Ramsey's game.
Do you know what? I like to.
I can agree with that to a point, But if let's say when Santi got injured, I'm going to tell you, we're going to play Flamini, we're going to play Ramsey, we're going to play Campbell, we're going to play Walcott left wing, and we're going to pick up a considerable amount of points until everybody almost got fit again. I would have been like, that's fine. It's these last few games when I'm like, the wheels have actually fallen off. Because I was fine with us picking up points anyhow until everybody got fit again. But I didn't expect Sanchez to come back like this.
But do you know what it was?
He played amazing today, but the last few games, I didn't expect him to come back and play shit like that as well.
Like you're right. Although we were picking points up, we weren't playing well. We weren't playing good football. We weren't creating 10, 5, 4, 6 chances a game. We were just picking up points. We were getting away with it. Now it's telling. With the chances, now that Giroud is off form, we ain't firing up front with Alexis. Now it's telling that the lack of chances we're creating and the lack of fluid football is telling now. We can't break teams down. And teams have now realised, okay, cool. Arsenal just want to get the ball right.
If you've got to make 30 chances to score a goal, there's a problem with the striker.
But we've always had that problem from when we signed Giroud.
Alright, cool, granted that. But if you have to make 30, you're not going to make 30 chances every game.
But you're going to be
able to make 15 chances, score 2 goals, and that's it. Cool.
But as Arsenal, we against teams at home, against certain teams we've lost to, and even against that United team we lost to, we were good enough to create a good 6, 7 chances against that side. But it's a tactical problem that right now that Wenger needs to look at.
The United game, I agree, was 100% tactical.
Do you not think that sometimes?
Not even 100%. It was 80% tactical, and then the players actually just played shit.
Do you know what? I always say I say that.
They better because they was actually playing shit. What is Gabriel doing? That's got nothing to do with tactics. That's you just doing madness.
Wait. Can I pause this? Is someone just turned on the microwave?
Yeah, everyone is hungry.
I can't believe this. I honestly can't believe this.
Sensational.
Is that Kurt?
Who's in the microwave?
Is that Kurt?
It's got to be Kurt.
Oh, okay. That's going on.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. That is incredible. That is incredible.
I can't even do it on a discreet thing, you know.
I'm just saying. No, that's incredible. Anyway, let's go back to the discussion. Do you know what? At the start of the season, everyone bemoaned Wenger for not signing an outfield player. Do you reckon he didn't do enough in January to reinforce, bring reinforcements just to get you lot over, to keep you in a race and whatnot? Because obviously, you've had injuries, you've had a long term injury. Like Santi's done for the rest of the season. Nobody obviously at the time you didn't know he would be done for the rest of the season. You got Wilshere probably not going to come back, and it's like to win a league, you do need to have bodies, and it seems like you're running out of bodies in the key areas.
If it was Alex Ferguson, Fergie would have brought in someone like Henrik Larsson to see them over. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But this is Arsene Wenger. This is not his style. He brought in El Nene, and he's hardly used him.
Yeah, I don't understand why
he's hardly used him.
The beginning of the season, I can understand Wenger not getting a striker, because of he had his mindset on a one sort of striker that he need top class striker call. I could not forgive him for not buying a DM at the beginning of the season. Like, you actually thought that he was gonna have Arteta and Flamini as backup, that it doesn't make sense. Arteta's calves are gone, and Flamini's just shit. Yeah. So he actually banked on Santi and Coquelin to be fit for the whole season. And if you're gonna let's say you're gonna say, all right, cool, I'm gonna go with Santi and Coquelin. What happens if it goes wrong? You should have a different partnership there, because you know that them two can't play with anybody else, basically.
Do you know what? We Arsenal, I think up to this point, the one player who's kept Arsenal probably hopes to win the title alive is Peter Cech, and he's probably going to miss the game against Tottenham.
Ozil as well.
It goes without saying how amazing Ozil is. I mean, is it 18 assists now? Is it 19 now?
18 now.
It's 18 assists. He's been instrumental, but at the back, Cech has saved you and won you points. And he's not playing on Saturday after injuring himself, going up.
Do you know what I find inexplicable as well? Where the fuck has our defence gone? We can't defend anymore.
I don't know what happened to Gabriel.
The last 3 or 4 games, we haven't been able to defend.
Some favela shisha or something. I don't know what he's on, fam, because he's been shocking. Simple things, I understand. But when he was a few games, before he got injured, he wasn't moving like this. He was actually moving like we could have hope in him. And now he's just playing like some big. He got cost the room of his life, man.
But again, I'd still go back, man. A lot of it tactical. You're gonna get individual mistakes from players, but a lot of it's tactical. Like Man United, it was so simple what Man United did to us. They let us have our centre back have the ball, and nobody, no Coquelin or Ramsey, could build from the back. So getting the ball up to Ozil, who was man marked by Schneiderlin all day, was difficult. Therefore, we couldn't create. But even within that, we scored 2 goals. But we made it so easy for United. They just played on the counter. But Wenger didn't change nothing. Why not go for a midfield 3? Why not stick El Nene at the base?
You know,
that's my thing. He doesn't. He has one plan at the beginning of the season. And unless that plan is actually ripped apart, then he just pieces stuff together. You can't go on that.
Do you know what? I think,
sense.
regardless,
so stubborn,
despite all these, his shortcomings, whatnot, he's somewhat this reputation to be made out of Teflon. But is it time for him to go? Is it really time for him to go?
I genuinely, after this season, I've said it. Even if he goes on to win the league, you can't motivate that team. How does that team lose to United 3-2, and then come against Swansea and lose?
What's crazy about going into that United game, when I looked at the lineup, we only had one recognised centre back who's not even a centre back. We had Carrick and Blind, who are both pretty much midfielders. We have Varela, who wasn't even in the team 6 months ago, and we had Rojo, who isn't a left back, playing left back, and we finished with with
another
Minster.
thing that is key is how awful Sanchez has been. He's actually been genuinely awful.
For example, that Leicester game. I know, but see that Leicester game, for example.
Sanchez had this man one-on-one on toast, yeah, and nothing came from the no.
You know, he just does. He doesn't seem fit.
Nothing.
He doesn't seem fit.
Today he had chances. Nothing came from it. Man United, you got Varela on a yellow card after like 9 minutes for a rugby tackle. And you didn't try to go past him again for the rest of the 90 minutes. Like, what is wrong with him?
Yeah, but isn't that a lack of experience from us? Like, how many times did we feed Sanchez the ball on the left for him to take Varela on? Varela got a yellow card early on in the game, and I thought to myself, you know what? If I'm watching Bayern, if I'm watching Barca, if I'm watching Chelsea, they're going to stick the ball out to the left and keep going down that wing. We didn't do that.
I won't lie to you.
The ball out to Sanchez was one of our highest pass combinations, I think.
Do you know what?
That game?
Yeah, it was. It was actually one of our after obviously Gabriel and Mertesacker, and then it was one of our highest.
But listen, football's a game of inches, yeah. Like watching it, looking at the highlights of the last of the game, he hit the bar a couple of times. You know, he had shots going in which were deflected. Like, if those goals come in, it's a whole different story. We're talking about something completely different.
It didn't. So we're stuck here now. Like,
yeah, it's just like I said, it's a game of inches. The thing is, things are only a matter of inches going either way. So that's what he's just.
But you know what our problem is here? It is a matter of inches going either way. But top managers put the extra inches on top of those inches.
Yes, the very best managers they only make an inch difference.
You know, okay, cool. We're gonna you know, save your own comments. We're gonna come back to the question in a bit. But let's talk about City. Are they out of the title race? Are they done?
No, they can't be, man.
I don't think they are because it's such what I personally think. That Pep
they lost 3-0 today, you know.
Yeah, I think announcing Pep just made it easy for the players not to turn up every week. And I think,
but is it easy to say that that's the reason for them just capitulating like this?
No. For me, yeah, I think it's something that's actually inbuilt in that squad. When I was talking before about stuff that team is a team of like, I don't know if I can call them mercenaries or what, but they're not actually like very motivated players. They turn up when they want to turn up, kind of thing. And then wasn't even sure they was going to turn up this season. And then you announced that Pellegrini's going to go, even though they were probably sure it was going to go anyway. That just confirmed it. So they're just like, anyway, I'm getting paid.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Because of the type of character that team has, the moment they announced that Pep thing, they've got the excuse they needed not to turn up.
Even when Fergie did it as well, Man United dropped bare points after that. I don't think it's not something that makes sense to do it halfway through a season. Announcing that, and I think Pellegrini knows what he's doing as well, because I think he's the one that wanted it announced that he was going. So I think he was the last, like, fuck you, basically.
So, yeah. Do you reckon the top four stays as it is? We're like, if City are pretty much out of the title race. Well, some of us think that. Some of us think they're still alive, but do you reckon the top four stays as it is? Right now, they're the same. They're level points for United, and United have a game in hand over everyone else behind them.
It depends. It depends what Arsenal do. It depends if Leicester has a fall. Like there's still, like you said, there's still a good 10 games to go. But I think if United carry on like this, they're going to take someone's place in the top four.
But then, as a United fan, I'm here to tell you right now, United aren't breaking the top four. I have no faith in this team. I have no faith. Even the game today was awful. Do you know what I mean? So
they're winning. If they carry on winning. You know what I mean?
That United team, like I said, the game against Arsenal was just one of those aberrations where it happens and it probably won't happen again. Do you know what I mean? We just happy. Things went our way in that game. I don't think we're going to get many more of those games this season. We're really, you know what, like you said, that Wenger is limited tactically. Van Haal's also, like, I'm going to say he's an arsehole. The guy is stubborn.
He's levels above Wenger tactically.
Nah, I don't. No, that's the thing. Van Haal, what the issue with him, when he sees something's wrong, he's too stubborn to go against his own ways. Yeah. We've seen it happen. Everything that's going to happen to United has been an accident. Last year, the whole Mata and a Herrera partnership was because our strikers got injured. That's it. Otherwise, it would never happen. This year, Rashford coming in is because he sold most of our strikers and our main striker got injured. But two of our strikers got injured. That's what keeps happening. Do you know what I mean? So everything happens by accident, and he takes in the plaudits and whatnot. People say he's a decent manager. He gets another lease of life, but he's out anyway. When Mourinho's coming in, if I had a choice between all the managers, I wouldn't be picking Mourinho, but I just want Van Gaal gone. And I need someone here who's going to be, wise enough to make the right changes, to go against their own beliefs and just, win at any cost. I don't give a damn if they play sexy football or boring football. I just want to have a manager who's got his head screwed on.
You see, when I look at Van Gaal, though, he's got a good record in big games, though.
That's, you know what? It's cool. It's true.
And that goes back to getting those little inches to go in your favour. That's what he does.
But do you know how you said how when it comes to teams, like when you play against lower teams and you don't know how to break them. That's Van Gaal. When those teams sit back against us, like Van Gaal doesn't know how to change. He doesn't know. He'll do something dumb like bring on like for like. Do you know what I mean? He'll take off Flamini and bring on Schneiderlin. Like, why are you taking off like for like changes for? That's not a positive change. That's what he does. So, like in the big games, he knows how to set up for the big games. He'll probably put like Schneiderlin on Ozil, or he'll put Flamini. He'll put Flamini in there because Flamini is really really good at like disturbing like your flow. He'll go after your creator and probably elbow them a few times, start and then he'll disturb your flow, and he's really good at that. But apart from that, he's trash. You can't play for me in the game against someone like West Brom because you're asking him to be a bit more, expansive, to be a bit more creative, and he can't do that. And Van Gaal doesn't see that. To him, every game he has to play the same, and that's the issue. He's set up to play in the big games, and we don't play big games every week. Sometimes we'll play like Norwich or Sunderland. Look where Sunderland moved to us because we had no creativity, we had no any sort of innovation. Do you know what I mean? And that's why Van Gaal is very very limited as a manager. Like we saw in the World Cup how he set up. Every game in the World Cup is a big game, so you got to set up.
Yeah, he did set up in the World Cup. Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? But in the Premier League, you don't have 38 World Cup games. You have about 10 big games. And the remaining games are a case where you just gotta find a way of beating oppositions who are a bit stubborn, and he doesn't know how to do that. We're coming up towards the end of the podcast. I'm just gonna ask, I'm gonna ask you fans as a group to tell me what you think's wrong at your club and what needs to be done to change it.
I was talking about manager still. Manager, broadcast striker. The only thing is,
I think it starts from the top. It starts from the top. It starts right from the top. The board. That board. I don't know. Are they putting pressure on Wenger? Are they asking Wenger the right questions, or are they happy letting Wenger do what he's doing?
I've been saying this for
You know
8
what?
years.
You know what it is, yeah? When we talk about the board, yeah, and we're talking about pressure, are the board even doing their job properly as a club?
As a club, do they care?
When I look at Man United's commercial deals and stuff like that, yeah, I'm like, rah, they're so far ahead of us. And only now, yeah, after 10 years of suffering, you're trying to make that right. Why does it take you 10 years to realize, we can make extra money that Wenger could probably use in the transfer market?
Do you know what?
Commercial deals.
For the way he gets trolled for his inexperience in buying players, yeah, Ed Woodward is a very very good commercial head on him. And I think people overlook that. The money we get in, despite being so poor, is because of him. He knows how to generate money off the field.
And it's not just commercially with United as well. It's like, even though LVG hasn't worked out, they weren't afraid to get rid of the Moyes, even though they told man they'll back him for 5 years. They just, look, this ain't working. Like LVG,
no. They would have kept Moyes.
How important it is for them to win.
If Moyes came top 4, they would have kept him.
Of course, but he didn't. That's the thing. But it shows how ruthless they are. If Moyes got top 4 and then finished again 4th again, and he did it for 3 or 4 seasons, United would have said, you know what, this ain't working out. Boom, you got to go. But Arsenal, our board don't care that much to put that pressure on Wenger.
No. You know what it is, yeah? I think our board has become indebted to Wenger. Because I think it's become a thing where they gave him a very difficult task here. Because when he comes out and he says stuff like, we was expecting to get top 4 3 out of every 5 seasons or something like that, yeah. And he got it every single season. I think there was we shafted this man for a piece, yeah. Now times are good. I don't think we can just say, Paul's gone. Because when we shafted him, he didn't come out and say, these men have shafted me.
You see, with business, you can't be like that. Exactly, Fred. With business, you can't be like that. It's business. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It ain't working out. So it starts from the top. When we're talking about things that need to change, I personally think Wenger's had enough. He needs to go. He can't motivate them players to the extent that they need to go out. They don't go out and do business like they need to. He can't get them to do that. They go out to games and they're just like, maybe you're not too sure about what Arsenal's going to come out. So he needs to go. The board needs to look at themselves and what direction they need to take the team. Because I think the personnel's good enough. I don't see that we're not that bad of a team. We've got a good team.
The team's good. The team's good. if you look at Chelsea, Chelsea's team is astronomically better than ours, fam.
I don't agree. You know,
it's astronomically better than us. When I watch Chelsea, I see players and I'm like, I can see why you spent 30 million on the players.
I think it's because managers they have or have had, and the coaching setup they've had it there is getting more out of those players than what we're getting out of us. If Alexis Sanchez was at Chelsea right now, he wouldn't be allowed to play the way he's playing right now.
It's just like Chelsea are more strict with their players.
All right, Fred.
It's like you don't seem to like. That's the only way I can think of is strict, as in like they're not as disciplined. The other players aren't as disciplined.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
I mean, like when they talk to them, that they're brethren with me,
like we're friends.
I don't think he does this granddad thing. He wants to be their friend. I think he just keeps consoling them. Yeah, it's cool. It's not cool, bro. Stop battling them up. Like, honestly, I think he goes in there and it's cool all the time.
Like, can you imagine Giroud being allowed to go 12, 10 games without a goal under Ferguson, Mourinho, any of those rules? He would, like when Costa weren't performing, man was his top striker last season. He benched him. He said, "I'd rather play someone else up front."
You know what it is?
But he still benched him.
No, but hold on. You know what it is? Yeah, we keep saying, like, be ruthless, be ruthless. It's a lot easier to say than it is to actually have, because you can be ruthless and that's it. You've lost a player after that. Like, what? It is actually harder than we're saying that. Just be ruthless. Because look, he was ruthless and he dropped Giroud and he dropped Mertesacker and we still lost him. You know what I'm saying?
We did, but I even think...
Then he brings them back in and Giroud is just still doing nonsense. Like, I don't know, it's hard.
Some of those players themselves are looking around. When I look at Ozil, I think he's looking around and thinking, like, really, like, is this really what we're doing? Like, you man are consistently playing shit, but this guy keeps playing. Like, we're not changing the shape to try to get a different result. We just keep doing the same thing, hoping it will change. That's not going to happen.
I think Ozil's going to go this summer still. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't think he'll go.
That's where. That's very knee-jerk thing to say. I don't think he's going to this.
Who's he going to go to, though? That's the question. Who's he actually going to go to? Like, if someone aggressively pursues him, and it's a top side Bayern, Barca, those types of sides.
If Bayern come and they put Götze in the deal, Ozil can go. I'm not going to lie.
All right, Freddie. What do you think's going on at your club? What needs to be fixed?
Nothing.
Did you say nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Wait.
Nothing.
So,
The players didn't want to pay for Mourinho, and now nothing can be fixed. Nothing can be fixed right now. We are on the rise.
you're on the rise.
So going forward next season, you're happy to stay the way you are at the moment. Nothing needs to be added.
Going forward, the only thing I can think of, player-wise, is I don't know. Like, I don't actually want that many signings. Other than centre backs, I don't want any signings.
But when I look at Chelsea,
Centre back and maybe a left back as well.
I think you're lacking in midfield as well.
Midfield, I don't mind us bringing RLC, Loftus-Cheek into the fold. And no, but I'm saying that I don't mind us doing that. I don't see why we have to spend money there. I don't mind bringing.
Do you know what? Everyone.
I don't mind Musumda getting a chance next season.
Everyone bemoaned Mourinho for not bringing in enough youngsters, but you've had quite a few managers in here, and like during that period, youngsters didn't really come through. So do you reckon that's not something you need to address as a team?
Yeah, we are terrible with youngsters. But
I think that is. I think when you're not spending so much money, you don't just overlook the youngsters. You just think, fuck it, we're going to go spend another 30 mil.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I know they're young bucks, ain't even some joke young bucks. They're actually top
wavy
players.
Yeah, they're wavy, and they can't even get a look in.
Look at that. What's his name? Look at Christensen. Yeah, he's there in Gladbach putting in work, and they're buying that stupid American dude.
Bro, it's mad. It's mad. We bought some guy from the MLS to come and play in Premier League centre back.
And they send everyone.
Do you know why it's mad, yeah? Because shit strikers. Go to America, score 30 goals a season, and that's the centre backs we are getting to. It's mad.
Do you know what? If I was to list the things that are going on in United right now, I'll be here all day. But I'm going to keep it so sweet and short. I'm just going to say the manager needs to go. We need to change the way we pursue players. We can't keep affording to be to be gentlemen with the way we pursue our targets. All this, let's be nice, let's sit, let's not unsettle them. It's bullshit. Guys don't care. City don't care. Chelsea don't care. Do you know what I mean? These clubs don't care. They come, they do their business early, and they're out. The guys, we did it. I did so many players in the last few seasons and lost them because we're trying to. We're trying to. I don't know what the fuck our guys are doing. I don't know what the hell Edward is. I don't know what the managers have been doing yet. It's just a joke. I think going through next season, we need to be a bit more brutal with the way we approach our players. So I think that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about all the other things that go wrong on the team, like like things that give Rooney another kind. I think Rooney needs to go. Even though he was in decent form but got injured, he needs to go. There's so many things to be changed at this club here for us going forward. Because right now we're going to be Liverpool if we don't fix it soon. It's actually a joke. I can't watch this team and watch struggle against guys like Watford at home. It's bad, man. It's awful. I think if that guys.
About United.
What's that?
Can I say something about United?
Go on.
Well, from the outside looking in, I look at your team and the way your management structure is done. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like in the summer, all we heard was about Bale and Muller and Neymar and this and that, and you just want to be just flinging out names. And
but that's the thing, though.
You don't need these big names all the time to make a good team. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what?
You lot can build a solid base, and you've got enough money to buy good enough players that you have a very good team.
Listen, all we need to do is sort out our spine. I think, like defensively, we've got decent players. But we've got a decent enough back four. Do you know what I mean? When they're all fit, we've got a decent enough back four. Like we've got Smalling in there, and we've got the two. Darmian and Luke Shaw were instrumental to our good start to the season. Right now, after Luke Shaw went down, it went downhill. We had to change the way we played.
Losing Shaw was massive.
It was massive. I think people didn't expect it to be such a big miss, but we counter attack with our fullbacks, and I think because we lost Shaw, it kind of took a lot away from that. Do you know what I mean? We put all the pressure on Darmian, and Darmian started to make mistakes. You know what I mean? So that was, I think, injuries didn't help. But after the injuries, the manager just didn't have, the ability to, adjust our system.
Stupid transfers. 16 million for Rojo, 27 million.
Do you know what?
For
Rojo.
Fellaini.
But the thing is, Rojo wasn't even. It's not even. I wouldn't even think it's a bad sign. I think Rojo
No,
just.
I'm saying he's a bad player. I'm saying the money you paid for him is too much.
What,
Because who was Rojo before you bought him?
Yeah, but regardless,
60
60 million today is
This
nothing.
is what I'm saying. When you overpay for players, you continually overpay for players, and then you run into a point where we're like, we can't play this much for this guy because he's not that good. So what do? Then you don't buy the guy then.
But that's the thing. I think sometimes they throw money at the issues, and it's just not fixing it.
For United to get to that stage where they just think, oh, we can't play this, it's going to be a long way away.
No, I don't think so. I think it happens already.
No,
It happens already. No. They were supposed to get Felipe Anderson, and it was quoted 40 mil. They was like, no, we're not paying 40 mil for Felipe Anderson.
But do you know if Trudy was in a podcast, he'll say it's true. Guys look at United and think, we've got money and you want our player, do you not pay us 40 million. He's not worth that much, but pay us 40 million. We know you're desperate. Because they know what desperate that Fellaini deal, like that was one of the, even me when I heard we were buying him, cool. If we're paying 20 million for him, I don't like him, but 20 million, that's the mentality I'm in. 20 million, that's the mentality. I think 20 million is calm, cool. Throw at him. If he doesn't work, that's calm. But that's the mentality we're falling under. And then all of a sudden, they're paying 28 million. Everyone's like, well, what's going on here? Pay 28 million for the guy. It could even rise up to even more than that. Do you know what I mean? It's just a joke. And it is that we need to.
Can't pass or run straight.
We need to. We can't. Bruv, listen, like I said earlier on, he's brought in. He's there to disrupt, and we don't play that type of game. We don't play those type of teams every week. Do you know what I mean? If we play someone like West Brom, they got guys who are there to disrupt. They're the teams who are the fucking guys like Fellaini, who should have guys like Fellaini, not us. Do you know what I mean? It's we just need to change our transfer policy. We need to change the way we approach people. Look how we slept on Guardiola. We slept on him badly. We started to wait, and then City came and said, "Fuck this, we're taking him. We'll go." I mean, they got him. And who are we going to bring in? Mourinho. I don't want Mourinho, but do you know what? He's coming in. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so many things to be changed for us to become a powerhouse again. Do you know what I mean?
I generally don't understand why Man United fans are really up in roar about Mourinho, especially when you consider
Mourinho,
what he's about.
Do you know what? He's a necessary evil. That's all I say. Do you know what I mean? That
he's the ideal manager for Manchester City now. If you could, for what you require right now is to get back to the top. He's the guy.
But you know, we're a team that brings in youth. I think everyone's fearful that he's not going to bring in the youth players. We're a team that likes to bring in young players from the academy. Do you know what I mean? It's been like that for pretty much since forever. To be honest, it's embedded in the way we play. We know we kind of nurture talent. We bring in young players from the academy. under Mourinho, you reckon Mourinho would have win? To be honest, I want to say if Mourinho was in charge of us, we'd have got to say we needed someone like Rashford. So can't even say if, buts, or when. Do you know what I mean? So, but I think everyone just fearful that's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna stop. It's gonna be like Chelsea, where the youngsters won't get a chance. Gonna be spending, and that's it. But to be honest, right now I take him with Van Gaal in a heartbeat.
Everybody has these like moral standpoints that they stand until like when it comes down to the crunch, you're like, I don't even care. I just want to win, fam.
That's what it is, though.
And
you know what?
When it comes down, not playing Young Bucks, no. Like if the guy brings you home a title, no one's talking about.
Of course, no one's talking about that.
He won the title,
but the thing is, no one's talking about that until shit goes wrong. When things go wrong, you're gonna hear people saying, you know what, he's not.
Play Young Bucks.
That's what it is, though. Like when things don't go right, you don't complain. But as soon as things go wrong, the inquest starts. What's going wrong, and then people start pointing out the things that were going wrong before, but we kind of overlooked. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's a lot of things wrong with our team, and I hope Chidi could have been it because he's got a whole list of things to read out. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. Like literally, it's been a pleasure to have you guys on board. Hopefully, you lot can jump on the next podcast. Hopefully, things will be different for all our clubs. But hey, that's just how it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you for joining us, man. Until next time.